Okay, guys, I thought it might be useful to create a video basically going through the whole online coaching process from inquiring to the consultation call, collect information, your plan, onboarding, and then having a bit of a deep dive into the app that I use and basically what to expect when you do jump on board. So I broke it down into 4 steps, and after that, we'll then go onto the app. But first of all, what you'll find if you go into my Instagram, you'll find either you can either DM me if you want to inquire or you want a little bit more information, or there's a application form in my bio which you can click. It literally takes less than a minute. It's just to get a few different bits of information, and then we can book in your call. From there, I'll basically message you sometimes and then basically try and get you booked in when works for both of us. And then from there, we literally go on to the consultation call. So the whole point of the consultation call is to basically get to know you and you know what your biggest barriers are, your career, your family, and obviously what your goals are. So to begin with, we'll go through your goals. Basically, most of my clients are either fat loss clients, performance clients, or they just want a little bit of accountability and structure. So we'll go through them, have a bit of a deep dive into them, and then we'll go on to the common barriers. So why do you think you're not achieving those goals? What are the things that get in the way? What are the common things that keep popping up as to why you can't be consistent in the gym? Why are you struggling with nutrition and things like that? Just basically going into a deep dive into your why and why you've decided to inquire. We'll then go on to talk about things like your career, your family, and basically your life, your lifestyle, like what's realistic for you, what are the things that you're struggling with, how busy is your life, what kind of program we're going to have to put together in order to fit into your lifestyle. And just basically, it's an opportunity for you to tell me more about you. I can then talk about the coaching process, how everything works, what's expected, and how I can help you if I can help you, and things like that. If you then decide to join, which I hope you do, we'll then go on to the next step, which is to collect information. So that is the payment. So I'll basically send you over a direct debit. Everyone's the same price at the moment. It's just a simple direct debit through Go Cardless. Then I'll send you that, and then you sign up from there. I'll then set you up with a consultation form. So once you've done the payment, I'll set you up on the app where the consultation form will be on there. And that is just to basically go through everything that we've gone through here in a little bit more detail. So I've got it all written down, and I can basically design your program off that. I know exactly how you feel. It's like what you'll find is you might not have mentioned everything in the call whilst you're sat there like really thinking about the answers, which I really do encourage you to do. You might think of some other things that might crop up and things like that. So that's the whole point of the consultation form. I can then design your program and your nutrition program from there. After that, once you've completed it, I'll then prepare your plan. So I'll try and do this within 24 to 48 hours, depending on time and how quickly you want to start. So I'll prepare your plan from here. This will be your bespoke training program. So based off all the information we've gathered here, I will then get your training program designed. So you could be somebody who is really, really busy and just wants to work out 2 to 3 times a week. That's absolutely fine. You might be somebody who wants to add in some running. You might have some limitations in terms of mobility and need a bit of a mobility program there, or some rehab, some prehab for your running and things like that. But this is completely bespoke to you and basically your ability. So what I'd always encourage clients to do is do a bit of a movement assessment to begin with if they're happy to film it. So you can do this at home or in the gym, and it just allows me to really see if you do have any limitations there, anything that I can see that you might be struggling with. It could be like ankle mobility, it could be hip mobility and things like that. And just if you have any niggles or anything, I can then design that program around you, and then basically design a bit of a mobility program around you as well. It's completely bespoke to clients, so it depends on what your limitations are and your experience and things like that. I'll never put anything there that you're unsure about. And it's just an initial draft, because after this we'll then go on to the onboarding call, which we'll go through in a second. But yeah, this is completely bespoke to you, your lifestyle, your goals, around your commitments, around your career, around your family, and what's realistic for you to be able to achieve. I will never do anything where it's like I've given you 5 sessions a week and you just can't hit them. We'll always start on the lower end, and then if we could feel like we can add some more in, then we will. But yeah, most of the time it's 3 times a week. Again, completely bespoke to you. Most of the time it's usually full body sessions or lower upper full body, depending on the person. I'll then also design your nutrition plan. So this will usually be your macros and your calories. So nice and simple, just based off the information that we've gathered here. I can then design it from here depending on what your goal is. So you could be somebody that wants to improve your running performance. I'm obviously not going to put you on lower calories for that. You could be somebody with fat loss. Obviously your calories will be adjusted accordingly to that. I will give you the option of having a meal plan. But what I will do is I'll send over, like I said here, the personalised meal and nutrition resource, where I'll basically give you an idea of a meal plan with the foods that you like and what you tend to eat already. Like what I tend to do is I'll ask you where you shop, what food you like, what food you don't like. And I really encourage my clients to do when they first start is just to basically give me a breakdown of a diary of what you'd eat throughout the week, and then I can design it from there. Like, I'll never create something or encourage you to have something that you never have. I'll just work around what you're currently doing. And if you're somebody who has done a full diary, I can then basically go off that, maybe make changes to this, maybe make changes to that, add a bit of protein into your breakfast and things like that. So the more information you give me, obviously the better, and the better we can start. I'll also create a step target, again, depending on what your goals are, and things like that. It could be a hydration, and things like that as well. Then we can also factor in other things. So if you've got some travel coming up, some work commitments coming up, other commitments, family commitments, obviously we would have spoke about this in the consultation call and the consultation form, and that is basically considered when it comes to designing your plan as well. We'll then go on to the onboarding process. So I'll send you a video of the walkthrough of the Everfit app, so you know exactly how to use it. Obviously, any questions you have, you can just message me anyway. We've got the MyFitnessPal guide as well. This is what I encourage most of my clients to use because it syncs into the Everfit app. And then we've got personalized meal and nutrition resource, like I said, depending on what you want to do and how you already eat. And then we'll go on to an onboarding call, basically going through all of this in more detail, so you know exactly what to expect. And if you want anything changing or you're unsure about anything, I can go through it and I can make some changes if you're really unsure about something. So yeah, that is pretty much the onboarding process. A little bit of a ramble, but that is basically what to expect. With the Everfit app, this is the app that I use for all my clients. So this is just an example of a client who is online. So as you can see here, he's got a lower, full body and upper. Like, you can change this around if you need to. Obviously work can get in the way and things like that. So I don't mind clients moving things around. I always encourage them to stick to the sessions that I've given to them on the days, but sometimes it just doesn't work. This is a good example as well. We've got a hotel workout when he's been traveling. And a bodyweight hit session as well, just because this week there was no access to the gym that he usually goes to. Obviously he's traveling, so we've got like an adapted session here where you can do it in a hotel, which you can see is completed, and then here is his usual session. So this is basically the structure I will use for most of my clients. We usually do like a lower, upper, full body sessions. Sometimes some clients do 4 sessions a week. Some clients do running in there as well, but just to stick to the basics for today, this is basically what a program would look like, depending on where the client's at, really. So yeah, every week, if with the check-in, if you tell me you're traveling, we can adapt the workout for a hotel workout. They basically send me a link to the hotel that they're going to. I can have a look at the equipment that they've got, and then I can design the program and just try and make it as similar as possible to what we have here. You'll also have things like tasks to complete, and that is basically body weight. So I encourage my clients to do it every single day, or if not 3 times a week. As you can see here, this client does it every single day. He's fine with that, but some clients don't really want to do it. And then the other, the task that we've got here is just a weekly check-in, which is usually on a Sunday, and I'll get feedback across either on a Monday or a Tuesday, depending on the client. Then we've also got things like metrics. So this tends to be, body weight and things like that, your steps. So this can pull in from basically his watch. This pulls directly from there. Everything's integrated into the app, so there's no extra work or anything like that. Everything's integrated in there, and that's pretty much it. It's the same with the nutrition and things like that. So we've got the daily step target, and again, this is for him. He struggles to get more than 8,000 steps in, so I'm not gonna give him like a massive step count if he's already struggling to hit 8,000. So it'll always be adjusted, and once we've consistently hit that, then we can look at increasing it, and things like that. I've also got the macros. Now this pulls in from MyFitnessPal, nice and easy. They basically, I can see the client's MyFitnessPal from there, but then I can also see the journal as well. So when he has been tracking, I can see exactly what he's been eating. He doesn't have to come onto the app or anything like that to add anything in. It just automatically syncs from when he first joined. He can integrate it all in there, and then I can see everything that he's eaten. And if I need anything to improve, then we can go through there. And then you've got the macros report here, where we've got basically what his targets are. It's probably not a great example this week from the tracking wise, but if we get into like a good week, it basically pulls through onto here, and I can see exactly what he's been eating. You've also got things in here like the percentages and what things look like if it actually loaded, what things look like day to day, and it just gives like a really good breakdown from my end. So when it comes to giving feedback and stuff, I can see exactly what needs to change, what can be improved, and what's going really well. But that is pretty much it, to be honest with you. I really like this app because it just works really well with everything. We've also got other things on here like progress pictures and stuff like that. But yeah, that is pretty much a deep dive into what the Everfit app looks like. And yeah, that is pretty much the coaching process. So if you have any questions on this, then let me know. Obviously, send me a DM on Instagram, reply to this video if you want to. But I try and keep things nice and straightforward, nice and simple to follow. I have a full-on like document that I send to clients with a link to everything as well. So all the videos that I want them to watch in terms of my Fitness Pal, the walkthrough of the Everfit app, the personalized meal plan, the payment consultation form, they'll have like a full-on Word document where they can just basically click on the link and it sends them directly there. But everything, like I said, is designed around the client, what they want to achieve, what the goals are, what the common barriers are, what the career's like, what the family's like, what the commitment's like, and things like that. But everything's completely bespoke. You get a lot of support with online coaching, weekly check-ins, which I can go through in another video. But yeah, I just wanted to give just a quick deep dive into exactly how the online coaching process works for those of you who are wondering.